Good morning, all. So, in environmental analysis, first part is over, that is external environmental analysis. So, now we are discussing about internal environment analysis and diagnosis. This is also very important. So, analysis of internal and external environment both are very important. So, first priority is given to external environment because the external environment factors are not in our hands. Okay. So, according to external factors, you have to change your strategy. Okay. So, external factors are not in your hand, and external factors you doesn't change. There is no chance at all because they are all not in your hands. So that's why first we have to focus on external environmental analysis and external environmental factors. Then you have to control and changes which are taken by top level management. That is very, very important. So after focusing on external analysis, then we are coming into internal analysis. So internal factors are in our hands. That means in management hands. Because all they are happen within the organization only. That's why it is simply called as strength and weakness analysis. There simply it is called as strength and weakness analysis. So internal environmental analysis and diagnosis is a process of analyzing and diagnosing the firm's internal strengths and weaknesses. That's what I'm saying. So it analyzing the internal strengths and weaknesses. Internally where we are strong and internally where we are in weak. So strong areas and weak areas. So you don't think about strong areas because already they are in a good position. So you don't worry about that. You don't bother about that. But you mainly focus on what are the weaknesses in the organization, within the organization. That is very, very important. So have to overcome these weaknesses as early as possible. Then you are getting good productivity in the organization. Because these two are in our hands. We are controlling and we are changing the situations which are there in the organization. And also we change the working conditions within the organization also. Is there any problem in the working condition? Then you have to change. After taking the opinions of employees, then you need to change. So by identifying its strengths and weaknesses, the firm can strategically exploit the available opportunities, overcome threats, and correct weaknesses, placing itself at a competitive advantage. So identification of strengths and weaknesses is very, very important. It can be done through strategically to exploit the available opportunities and overcome threats. So strategically exploit the opportunities, and what are the opportunities are there from external environment, and what are the threats and how to overcome the threats, and how to correct the weaknesses, placing itself at a competitive advantage. So you have to do all the things what are mentioned in above, then you will get a competitive advantage. So this is a different term. So what is the meaning of competitive advantage? So from competition itself, you get an advantage. So what type of advantages you are getting from competitive advantages? Suppose If you are success in anything, you definitely fight against some of the factors and some of the problems which are there in our life and from outside also. Okay, then only will be success. And in Sanskrit, one sentence is there: Spardaya Vardate Vidya. So if you compete with another one, then only you are getting good knowledge, right? So there is a argument in between two persons, then both are benefited and knowledge is shared from one person to another person. That's like competition. So in the schools and colleges, why the managements are conducting these type of competitions? Because they are taken talents, taken out talents, inner talents of the students, because everybody has some talents, hidden talents. So at the time of competition, they exploit their talents and skills to public. Okay, so for this purpose, the management and also some of the organizations are conducting competitions. So if there is a competition, then only you exploit your talent and skills to the public. So in this way, there is a competitive advantage. So suppose if you have a lot of competition, so the customer, how they are identified, this one is good product and this one is good product, bad product. If there is a competition, suppose some A and B companies are there. So A company is also producing some biscuits or some eating items, food items, and B company is also producing the same food items. Suppose the customer buys your product and tasted it, and after that he goes to some B company product and he buys it and he tasted it. So comparison, the customer makes comparison in between A and B. So A product is how the A product is and how the B product is. Suppose if A product is gives greater quality or greater taste rather than B's product, then ultimately customer regularly repeatedly buys A product and they leaves B product. So if there is a competition, then what is the quality of your product is identified the customer. Otherwise, he didn't identify your quality. What quality you are giving? If there is a competition, then your quality speaks. Okay, I think you understand. You understand. Okay, so if there is a competition, we are benefited. So the customer can make comparisons and also differentiate the two products which are best and which are not best. Then ultimately you are benefited and your sales will be increased. So competitive advantage is very, very important. So without competition, you cannot elevate your product. That is uniqueness of your product. Okay. So if there is anything you are purchasing, there is a competition, then only your product will be elevated. And the customer identified what is the quality of your product you are given. Okay. So that is a competitive advantage. Then conducting internal analysis and diagnosis. So next step, conducting internal analysis and diagnosis. This is another important thing. So identify first the internal strengths and weaknesses. The strengths and weaknesses may include the following. So the strengths and weaknesses are included the following things: marketing factors, research and development, engineering design and management, production management, managerial personnel, and accounting and financial policies and procedures. So these are the factors related to the internal strengths and weaknesses. So marketing factors, that is completely internal factor, and research and all, that is also in internal one, and engineering design and management and production management, and these are all related to internal environment. So in these factors, where we are strong and where we are weaken. Suppose in marketing you are strengthen or weaken, and in research and development you have strength or weakness, and engineering design and management you have strength and weaknesses, and production management you are strength or weakness, and in managerial economy personnel they are strengthened or not, and accounting and financial policies and procedure they are having strength or not. So factor wise you have to analyze where we are strengthened and where we are in weak. That is very important thing. So from these factors, these 6 factors, you have to identify where we are in strong and where we are in weak. Then you have to convert your weaknesses into strengths. That is the important, that is very important thing of the management. Okay, so you convert your weaknesses into strengths. Okay, so suppose in 3 factors we are strong, but in 3 factors we are in weak. Then what are the weaker areas in the organization? Then you have to identify that and you convert them into the strong items. So that means if there any problems and is there any corrections needed in that particular factors, then you change it and you convert them into strengths. So ultimately our aim is without any weakness, within the internal environment, there is no chance to weaken in any area. Okay, so that is very important thing. Okay, so in this way you have to convert your weaknesses into strengths, then you will be success in the business. Then next step, profile of research and development. That is another important thing. So what is the profile of research and development, R&D? So financial resources, the very important thing, then you give some money and allocate some money to that research and development, then only they are conducting research and development for a new products. So budget to conduct research, to develop new products and process, improve existing process and so on. So for all these purpose, you have to allocate some financial resources to that particular department. So then they are conducting research and to develop a new products and processes and finally improve existing processes also. So all these tasks are done by research and development department. So next second thing is infrastructure in terms of state of the art technologies. Okay, infrastructure, that is also important thing. So you have to develop infrastructure, that means technology, you have to adopt new type of technologies. Okay, so then you will be the competitor to another one. Otherwise you don't compete, you are unable to compete with another competitor. Okay, so according to the changes in the environment, external environment, that means technology changes and social changes and political changes and economical changes, you have to adopt it. According to that, you have to plan all these things. Okay, so that's why infrastructure is very important. So you have to adopt new type of technologies, and if is there any changes needed in the infrastructure, so any need to purchase new infrastructure, then you immediately arrange and buy that infrastructure for the organization. And human resources. So human resources is another important thing. So human resources means human beings. How many scientists and engineers are required? Presently available turnover of key personnel. Okay. So how many scientists and engineers are required? So for research and development or production purpose, how many scientists? Scientists are completely related to R&D. So for research and development purpose, and engineers are required for for normal work. That means production, normal working, normal production process. So and presently available turnover of key personnel, and presently available how many people are, how many employees are there in the organization, and what is the future requirement, and how many people are left from the organization. So this is very, very important. You have to maintain employee turnover ratio. That means the which organization having long experienced and long run employees. That means more than 10 years and 15 years working employees. So that is very, very important. So those companies which are maintaining employees in a long run, then the meaning is that the meaning for that the employees are well satisfied and the working conditions are good and you are paying good remuneration for that employees. So in this way they are long standing. Okay, so this is the credible item for the organization. Okay, that is very, very credible item for organization. Okay, so that is very, very important. Then organizational system to monitor technological developments from time to time. So organization system means, so you have to frame good organization system. That means you have to systemize all the things in the organization. System to monitor technological developments from time to time. So there is a system to verify and evaluate and monitor the technological developments from time to time. So time to time you have to monitor what are the changes and developments in the technology. That is very, very important. So organization system done this task. Okay, so this is the profile of research and development, and after that strategy, advantage, profile. So after that next step is strategy, advantage, profile. So the ultimate result of such a detailed internal analysis to build a strategic advantage profile is a tool used to evaluate systematically the enterprise internal factors, the competitive strengths or weaknesses for each internal area, such as marketing, R&D and others. So the ultimate result of such a detailed internal analysis, after conducting detailed internal analysis, the ultimate result is to build a strategic advantage profile. So the management able to build a strategic advantage profile after completing the detailed internal analysis process, and the strategic advantage profile is a tool used to evaluate systematically the enterprise's internal factors. So with the use of strategic advantage profile, the organization is systematically evaluate internal factors which are there in the internal environment and competitive strengths or weaknesses. So where we are in strengths, strengthen, and where we are in weak, and you have to find out what are the factors cause for these strengths and what are the causes, internal factors, causes for weakness for each internal area such as marketing, R&D and others. So in all the departments, in all the internal areas, you have to done this process department wise. Then you have to find out each and every department what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses. Finally, these total all these departments strengths and weaknesses are placed in a one place, and then the top level management should give suggestions and some modifications and some suggestions to the managers. So how to overcome these weaknesses and how to stronger than in previous situation. That means Already we are stronger in some areas. So how to improve more and more stronger in that particular areas? So that is important thing in the strategy advantage profile. Then after that, finally, we conclude both internal and environmental analysis. The total internal environment and external environment process is called as SWOT analysis. So S stands for 1 minute. So S W O T. So this is SWOT analysis. S for strength, W for weakness, and O for opportunity, and T for threat. That's it. Okay. So the total analysis of strength and weakness and opportunity threats is nothing but called as SWOT analysis. Okay. So that's it. Then so SWOT analysis is defined as the rational. So rational and overall evaluation of a company's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, which are likely to affect the strategic choice significantly. So what are the factors? That means SWOT, strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats, how they are affecting strategic choice significantly. That is nothing but called as SWOT analysis. So in the SWOT analysis, external environmental analysis, already we are discussing about this. So external environment analysis means opportunities and threats. So the external environment has a profound impact on the business operations, irrespective of the nature and size of the business. The business has to monitor its key macro environment forces and microeconomic parties. So the external environment is shows a profound impact on the business operations. So business on business operations, the external environmental factors are showing huge impact irrespective of the nature and size of the business. So while it is a small business and or a big business, the impact is same. So it does not leave any type of business, whether it is a small or a big. So it shows same impact on either small business or big business. The business has to monitor its key macro environment forces and microeconomic parties. So and also in the external environmental analysis, we have to monitor key macro environment forces. So that means macro environment forces means, so those are showing uh, uh, huge impact, and microeconomic parties means small parties. So they are very minor parties. So that is external environmental analysis. Then what are the opportunities? So it necessary should identify what opportunities are available to its focus upon. So in the SWOT analysis, so we have to discuss about opportunities. That is important thing. So should identify what opportunities are available. So we have to identify what are the opportunities are available in the external environment. That is very important. So because opportunities are not come to you, so you are ready to go for finding the opportunities and you have to utilize that opportunities. Wherever the opportunities, you have to go that area. So the latest technology, deregulated or free markets, liberalized rules and regulations, and other may make a lot of difference for a business organization, provided it can envision how to avail these visionary identify opportunities from threats. Okay, so threats, opportunities from threats. Okay, so the next thing is the latest technology. So and deregulated free markets, that means there is no conditions, free markets and liberalized rules. So very flexible environment, so there is no rules for doing a business, and regulations, that means there is no control, and other may make a lot of difference for a business organization. So these are the opportunities which are came from external environment. So difference for a business organization, provided it can envision how to avail these visionary identify opportunities from threats. So after that, there is other may make a lot of difference for a business organization. So there is a lot of difference for a business organization, provided it can envision how to avail these visionary identify opportunities from threats. So how we are getting and identify these opportunities, and we are effectively utilization of opportunities, that is very important. So for all these things, there is a deep there is a need of deep analysis of each and every opportunity. So how it is useful for our organization growth. So then you have to adopt that opportunities and you don't miss that type of opportunities. Okay, that is another important. And next, threats. So threats means some development in the external environment represents threats. So from external environment, we are facing some problems. A threat is a challenge posed by an unfavorable trend or a development that results in the loss of sale or profit till a defensive marketing action is initiated. So defensive marketing means, so we are unable to compete with competitor. So the competitor is giving better quality and a better price to the customer rather than our product. So then ultimately all the customers are shifted from our product to our competitor's product, then ultimately you get a problem. So this is threat come from the come from environmental analysis, or sorry, external environment. So then ultimately you are getting, is there any unfavorable trend, that means we are not happy with that, and all or a development that results in the loss of sale, then ultimately your sales will be down, decreased, then ultimately you are getting loss. So then ultimately we face problems in the organization. Then how to overcome these threats, because these are all not on in our hands, they came from outside. So a few example of threats could be outlined as change in government policy. Suppose the government has changed its policy, so then ultimately it shows its impact on our business. This is threat, one of the threat, such as liberalization, privatization, and globalization, changing technology, changing value systems, environmental constraints, law, and others. So these are the external factors which are shows huge impact on the business. So these are all important one. So government policy, liberalization, privatization, globalization, technology changes, value systems changes, and environmental constraints and law. So these are all already well known by you. So that's why I'm not giving much more explanation on this. So just I simply mention the names. What are the things in there is there. And internal environmental analysis. Under this, there is a strength and weaknesses. So internal means strengths and weaknesses, and external means opportunities and threats. So it is necessary to analyze one's own strengths and weaknesses. This is the process done by human beings also, not only for the organizations. So what strengths we are having and what are the weaknesses we are having. So either physical or psychological, both are important. So periodically to sustain the degree of its competitive strength. So, and generally, top management or an outside consultant reviews competencies pertaining to marketing, financial, manufacturing, and organizational system and rates each factor as a major strength, minor strength, mental factor, minor weakness, or major weaknesses. So, if suppose generally top management, outside consultant, top management leదంటే outside consultant should take reviews and competencies pertaining to marketing. Okay, so మార్కెటింగ్ లో మనం ముందు ఉండాలి, మనం ఏ విధంగా మనం ఇదవ్వాలి అని అంటే, సో దేర్ ఈజ్ ఎ కాంపిటెన్స్. సో హౌ టు ఓవర్కమ్ దిస్ కాంపిటెన్స్, దెన్ ద కన్సల్టెంట్ గివ్స్ సమ్ సెషన్స్ ఇన్ ద మార్కెటింగ్ అండ్ financial, manufacturing and organizational systems, that is also important one. So and financial, manufacturing, organizational systems and rates each factor has a major strength or a minor strength. So ikkada sorry, so in financial and manufacturing and organizational system, so they rate each and every one, whether it is a major strength or whether it is a minor strength or it is a mental thing, or is there any factor and minor weaknesses or any major weaknesses. You have to identify all these things in the internal environmental analysis. So under the strengths, so it is not necessary that a business organization has to correct all its weaknesses nor its propagate its strengths. So every organization must focus on the what are the weaknesses and how to overcome these weaknesses, what are the strengths, and how to correct all the weaknesses. That is important thing. While you are correcting the weaknesses, then ultimately that will become a strength. The big question is whether the business should limit itself to those opportunities where it possesses the required strength, or should it consider better opportunities where it might have to develop certain strengths. Okay, so is there any big question? There is a big question whether the business should limit itself to those opportunities. So the business has put on a limit itself, what are the opportunities which are already available, and whether it possesses the required strength or should it consider better opportunities, and if they put some strength and they required some strength for better opportunities. Ultimately you need a better opportunity, so you have put more strength for getting better opportunities. Otherwise you are unable to get where it might have to develop certain strength. Okay, so ultimately it develops some strength. So and weaknesses, sometimes the company may not do well, not because its departments lack the required motivation, but because they do not work together as a team. For example, consider the case of an electronics company which employs engineers, sales and service staff for its operations. So is there any weakness in particular department? That is very, very important. So for example, electronic company which employs engineers, sales and sales service staff to its operations, both are there. It is not adequate if they keep on doing their work, but they are not doing their work in a proper manner. Then the organization becomes more effective only when they work as a team. So that in the electronics company, engineers and sales and service staffs are working together, then only they resolve the customer issues. Otherwise they are unable to resolve the customer issues. That is weakness. Okay, to overcome this weakness, then it will become a strength. So they do the teamwork, they done the work in a team spirit, then ultimately it gives good results. Then it will be a strength for the organization. It is therefore critically important to build effective teams and assess the effectiveness of these teams. Finally, there is the management build effective teams and assess the effectiveness of these teams. This is a part of the internal environmental audit. Progressive companies adopt these strategies. So progressive companies, those who are in a growth in their business, then they are adopting these type of strategies. Okay, tomorrow I give idea about this. So time is over.